Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are tuning in from. I'm Jeffrey E. Berger, and welcome to Holistic Mental Fitness Series, where myself and Michelle Mupo believes mental fitness is the new physical health. Before I bring on my very special guest today, Lisa Wages, to the stage, if I may, as a certified holistic wellness coach, I'm humbled to be affiliated with an amazing group of humanitarian entrepreneurs who are actually aligned with the only holistic mental wellness company focusing on the microbiome. And a lot of people are asking, what is that? Oh, and that's a great question. It actually is your gut, brain, heart axis health. And it is a science that's disrupting the health and wellness industry today, especially when it comes to mental health. Who out there hasn't experienced stress, anxiety, depression, or even have had suicidal thoughts? It's no exaggeration to describe stress, depression, anxiety, and burnout as epidemics, literally the black plague of our modern times. This interview series is very near and dear to my own heart, sharing stories of others, opening up conversations from all areas of wellness to help people understand it's okay to talk about mental, physical, and emotional health today. Share experiences and become informed of alternative options that are out there that are safe and actually work. We provide real solutions for real people who are serious about getting their physical, mental, and emotional health from wherever state they are in, which whether it's barely surviving to thriving again. And this is what I love the most. You know, there is no physical health without mental wellness, and they're actually two sides of the same coin, is what we're discovering. And they are actually vital for each other and for our ability to reach our peak potential in this one life that we get to live. And how we feel is not just in our head, it's also in our gut. And this is what we do best. So, what we're going to do is take a very, very quick commercial break. And before I formally introduce my special guest today, and for those of you who are interested, this interview series is a collaboration with Mupo Entertainment at mupotv.com, or you can actually download their Android or iPhone app where we're seeing on Fire TV, Vimeo, Roku. And we will be right back with Lisa Wages. Okay, we are back with Lisa Wages, who is joining us from Chicago, Illinois, who is a single mom and with her son Evan and her daughter Allison Grace. And I just found out she has moved. They are moving to Arizona, so they're getting out of the cold and going into the warm. Lisa is a former early childhood special ed teacher. She's a social media marketer. She's an autism coach, mental wellness warrior, and is passionate about holistic health. Welcome, Lisa, to season 4 of Holistic Mental Fitness Series.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
It's great to see you today. And before I get started with some questions that I have for you to share with our viewers, please share a little bit about who Lisa is outside of your business.
Right now, I am a caregiver. I am a caregiver to my aging mom who's had a few breaks in the last year. Broke her leg, then recently broke her pelvis. So I've stepped into being part of that sandwich generation that people are talking about, taking care of your own kids, but taking care of your parents at the same time. But it's a different thing. It's what I do. I'm as a teacher, then as a parent of special needs kids, and now helping take care of my parents. It's a different role, but it's taken up a lot of my time recently.
Awesome. Well, that's it. It's a special it's a special talent to be able to do that. I dealt with a lot of stuff with my own mom, and it's a lot of work and dedication, and I applaud you for that, because so many people are not able to do that, and
Right.
for you to be in that situation, it's awesome, and I applaud you. So you were a former early childhood special ed teacher. What was it that drew you to that profession?
I like little kids. Actually, what I was once, I got a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I thought, well, what the heck am I going to do with this? And I really found that I didn't want to sit around all day listening to people solve their problems or find the answers to their problems. So I thought I was going to go to grad school and become a speech pathologist.
Mhm.
And I thought, this just really isn't my jam. And I found early childhood education. I love little kids. I find them honest and transparent and fun, and they love learning. And I thought I could really make a difference. And I loved what I did. I loved where I worked, and I loved the kids um, and the families. I liked seeing the difference that I could make when they would say, "Oh, little Joey is so different now," and that felt good. I felt like I was making an impact, and that's what drew me there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, early childhood development is crucial, especially with what they're being taught, because as we all know, it's the informative years. That's when they really start. At that age, they're bringing in so much information and processing it. Um, and throughout, I know for myself, going throughout the years, that there are flaws in systems. And
Yeah.
did you happen to find any flaws in that system that you were in that you didn't really resonate with? And if so, what are your personal views about them, and what did you want to happen? And maybe you're making them happen today.
Um, a huge part with education, and I'm not bashing anybody that's still teaching, loves teaching. And I would love, I mean, I still love helping educate people. I found what we were doing in the system is teaching from the top down, teaching from college, like calculus, down versus starting at the foundation, teaching up, being developmentally appropriate. I don't agree with teaching to standardized tests that kids are, teachers have pressure to make sure kids perform on these tests so they get bonuses or meet the quotas. The school,
Right.
is ranked well. It's instead of teaching kids to learn by experience to what's the word I want? To really become the best them. And also we want kids to jump through hoops instead of teaching them to really believe in themselves. Have it all starts inside. It's
Right.
not about performing to a test. And like I wish that I knew like that it all starts with that self-belief and then it goes up from there.
Exactly, and that's so true. I believe and resonate with that so much, and I believe, I was teaching in the school systems years ago, and today it's so different. There's so much stress and pressure on these kids who are being pushed through the system, and it's sad to see what's really going on today in regards to their own mental health.
Right.
So you actually left your career as a teacher, and now you are out there showing other mission-driven mamas how to turn their purpose and passion into a profit by building an authentic business. What drew you to this solopreneur career?
Life happened. I have a child that is severely impacted with epilepsy and autism. And I decided I didn't want to spend my whole day taking care of somebody else's kids to come home and have no patience for my own. And I mean, no shade to anybody who still does all of those things. I
Sure.
didn't have the mental capacity to do that. Um, and a divorce. A divorce is what happened because I was in the thick of working to recover and heal my son um, to the best level he could be. Um, Getting him, because autism is a label, it's just a label for a bunch of symptoms, which his happened to be gut dysfunction, um, autoimmune encephalitis, like brain on fire. And the goal was to strip him down and heal him from the inside out. And
Right.
when divorce came, I was packed with how the heck am I going to pay for all these supplements, see all these special doctors, because none of that is within the mainstream medical model. And someone said, "Would you like to take a look?" And that's when I decided I was going to figure a different way.
Awesome. And there's so many moms that are doing that today, and even dads, to bring the dads to the forefront as well. But the moms are the ones that are the teachers out there. They're the networkers. They're the talkers, and which is great because they've got a special community that they're building and sharing. And what I love about this community that we're both part of is that we're providing other information. As I said, we're providing information about alternative solutions that are out there that are safe and work because they are science backed, they're clinically trialed, they're plant based, they're vegan friendly, they're award winning, they're patented. Um, so there's a lot of great things out there, and it's allowing more information to be disseminated to these individuals who are, what we're finding is there's more and more people looking outside of the box because what they're doing is not working. So, what has being a brand partner with the Holistic Mental Wellness Company done for you and for your children?
Everything. It's restored hope that I lost. I, for a long time, we've been on the journey for 15 years,
Right.
and my son's epilepsy came raging back at 16. He suffered a traumatic brain injury, and we entered a really dark time. He became a person that he'd never been before. A lot of aggression, fighting. I spent many days in sitting in our powder room, like a safe room, locked in there, because he was obsessed with being in the car and being on the go. And you just needed a moment. And I cried. I cried out to God. There has to be a better answer. There has to be something else. And sure enough, I'd probably been Googling the vagus nerve because I knew that's the key to connecting the gut and the brain. And suddenly, by the powers of probably targeting online, I found out about the mental wellness company, and it. I'm not saying it magically waved a wand and fixed everything, but it
Sure.
helped me be able to rally and feel better because I was hitting a wall, and gave me hope again. That's really what it means. It's finding whatever that is, whether it's financial relief, physical
Mhm.
relief for stress, women going through midlife who are approaching menopause, or all of the above.
Sure.
And it gave, when people say, "What is it?" I said, "It's hope. It's hope I'd lost."
Yeah, and that's what I use in my presentations is that I was looking for that hope, and the hope came. And what's interesting, and through different stories, a lot of these parents are out looking for solutions for their kids, but then they ultimately find solutions for themselves, realizing that they're in a situation, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so much better. I've got more energy. I don't have any brain fog. My
Right.
mood and stress is reduced from these plant-based protocols, which is, what, as I say, as I've been saying from, for the last 4 to 5 years, plants were put here for a reason, and we need to get back to the simplicity of the plants and the efficacy and the beauty of these plants and their attributes, which provide so many solutions for people out there. And this is where the future, I believe, should be going, and not man-made
Right.
pharmaceuticals. Not taking
Hallelujah.
not
Yeah.
taking away from man-made pharmaceuticals, because there is a time and a place for them. but it's
Right.
not the end all be all. And
It's a
that's
band-aid.
another story and another interview in itself.
Yeah, and they're not a
Exactly.
root cause solution. Yeah, I didn't know I needed. We've been living a pretty healthy, special diet, supplements. Like I'd been on a wellness journey already for almost 10 years, and
Right.
I thought I was fine. I was looking for the answer for them,
Sure.
and I didn't know I was broken until I started taking the supplements, and I was like, wow, I really felt bad. My attitude was negative. My outlook on everything was very just broken,
Yeah.
just sad. And not like I said, I didn't care if I woke up the next day. And I was not suicidal. I was not planning. I was not thinking. I just didn't have anything more to give. And then suddenly I realized, I was like, wow, I thought, got this for you guys, but I actually feel better. And it's just,
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, when you feel better, then you've got more insight to helping your children, and
exactly.
you're at a higher level where you can be an advocate for them, which is awesome. So, what is your dream for helping change the world, where mental health is such a big focus today? And we've been hearing it's the next $1 trillion industry, especially when the Global Wellness Institute has specifically stated that there is an aggressive look for programs and product lines and platforms that are non pharmaceutical, that are safe in work. What is your dream?
My dream. My dream is that, oh boy, there's so many. That moms don't have to make a choice to, especially in my situation with a child with significant special needs, they're not living on what Social Security hands out because God knows they can't go to work because nobody takes our kids into daycare. Um, that they have options, that they can earn an income and provide a situation for their young adults, because my son is now going to be 22, that
Wow.
it's yeah, I know, it's like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
um that I don't have to choose for him to be in a, if it's great, if, or create a group home. Like I don't have to, it doesn't have to be what's the state going to hand out for my kid. It's going to
Yeah.
be, we're going to create a community. We're going to create somewhere that our kids are on these supplements, that our kids are eating the right good mood food diets, that they are, but the parents still can thrive and live a life. I see so many moms and families that are broken financially, broken physically, emotionally. They don't see anything better, and their kids are just existing. There's
Yeah.
no joy. Like I understand. I'm not saying any of this can heal people, young adults, children like my son, but financially to make that shift for families to have options to choose what they want
Sure.
and still feel like they're contributing. That's the big, I mean, that's my biggest dream, because I need to know he's cared for beyond when I'm not on this earth. Um, for my daughter, I want her to see that she can create revenue. You know, school's been hard. School's a really hard place for her, but she's super smart. But I want her to see, you know what? I have the tools. I can create whatever revenue I want by doing this and sharing what shifts I've had. Those are the two things that will make me happy and make me feel like they're making an impact on this earth for everything we've been through. Like there has to be a purpose. There has to be something that comes out of this that's good.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I love the dream. I love it. And you're gonna go far and do very well with that. And we talk about the holistic mental wellness company, and it's about that gut brain connection, and we're helping people wake up their brains. And I do a daily, wake up the brain, and by combining cutting edge nootropics with potent adaptogens, which are all plant based, again, plant based, And it takes, it helps me with my motivation, the focus, mental energy, and overall, state of mind, taking it to the next level. And it's really a four powerful products, and it unlocks your brain's potential to help you tackle through the day, because no matter where you are, what you're doing, there's always going to be some kind of conflict. And we want to have a happy mind to be able to be productive. So if you out there are looking to get more motivation and brain health and neuron regeneration, more focus, more memory, mental energy, and endurance, this really helps promote healthy, positive mood. And I'll say this, it's better than taking Lexapro, Paxil, or Zoloft, which none of those agreed with me back in the day. And I want to share this little video with you to learn a little bit about what's going on with the Happy Mind Pack, and we'll be right back. So, Lisa, I know that you're doing this pack. Either, we started out with the Happy Mind Pack, but we added another product to up it. And I say it's the Happy Mind Pack on steroids, or I'll say adrenaline, because steroids aren't good for you. And taking you to that next level with the mood and more the focus aspect of it. So, share a little bit about what you have experienced, utilizing this product on a daily basis. And then we're going to wrap it up with one more question for you.
Okay. What I've experienced is, we have multiple different lines, but during the time from when I started using the products from the Mental Wellness Company, I have lost 32 pounds. My hot flashes have went away, which, for you don't understand that, but it's a very unnerving to have your whole temperature regulation so messed up. It's like you feel like you're hot, you feel like you're cold, and you feel just yucky in your own body. It's life-changing to feel like, oh my God, I don't feel like that anymore. And also just having more clarity, more feeling calm in the midst of a storm. It appears that in my household, between my mom's health issues and the kids, there is always a storm. It's how am I going to deal with the storm? And I feel like I can roll with it a little better now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, for me, just real quick, I was a reactor. When I was stressed or was anxious, I reacted. And today I find that I'm taking a step back when I feel anxious or have that stress pressure, coming at me, and evaluate the situation, which is so much more better, especially I have noticed from a mental and a physical perspective. So,
Yeah, I used to snap and yell. Like if my mom would push my buttons, I would bite. And I'm not saying I don't ever do it now. And even with the kids, like I would snap, not hit, but I'm like my mouth would be snarky and snap in. But I can now at least count to 10 before I say it. And then I choose if I'm going to say it or not.
right, and that's so much more calming and more beneficial to anybody who, because we all experience those situations a little bit different. But the key is being able to evaluate, take a step back, and um, rather than react, which is really beautiful. So, if there was one piece of advice that you could give anybody who's watching this interview who was looking for that glimmer of hope, you bring back that hope from a personal and or a professional perspective, what would that be?
Take the chance. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired or feeling stuck, take the chance to try something different and believe that instinct. If they've been drawn to this interview or any of your others, and like they're curious, what harm could it do? Give it 3-4 months to try.
Right.
I mean, it could be the best thing that you jumped in and tried. And if not, you otherwise you're not beating yourself up saying, "What if I done?" Don't do the what ifs. What if this will go wrong? Think of what if it goes right?
Right. Exactly. And that's perfect advice. And you did mention, I do want to bring out a point where you said try it for 3 to 4 months. And that is key because this is not a pharmaceutical where you take a pill for pain and within 20 minutes um, your pain is reduced or it's gone. It's not the quick get fix type of scenario. What you're doing is you are feeding your body with these plant-based protocols where it is repairing
It
the.
takes 90 to 120 days for your cells to actually turn over. And I can tell you from watching my mom, who had a broken femur and who has used pain medication and now with the broken pelvis, but pharmaceuticals don't take care of all the problems. In
Right.
fact, she was taking some things to help with this, which then caused something else. So it isn't always a quick fix. And even with my son, we got to a dark place that we tried big pharma. Um, and it hasn't been. It has not done what the doctors hoped it would do. So we have now went back to, no, he's still on an anticonvulsant for epilepsy. I'm not playing with that one. But for
Sure.
the other, for anxiety, I don't see the relief. However, when I've given him our products, I can slowly see kind of his shoulders drop and certain things. And it's
Mm,
a long healing process to
yes.
recover the gut. It's not a one and done. Anyone who tells you it's a 30-day thing, they're lying. It's a lifestyle shift
Right.
and a commitment. But
Yeah.
it is so worth it if you can make that commitment.
Absolutely. And you've got trillions and trillions of cells and microorganisms and the virome and all those that are in there, and it's not going to happen in 30 days. It takes time to repair. So, Lisa Wages, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to be my special guest today. You brought so much value, and you are going to be changing the world in so many amazing ways, sharing holistic health and wellness. So, I remember this. I truly believe that we all should be living in abundance and optimum wellness physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Yes, I said financially because finances are pretty much the biggest worry for most people that are out there. And lastly, mental fitness is the new physical health. And we'll see you on the inside next week. See ya. Thanks.